Intelligence. I'm Intox, along with BDot, baby.
Hey, let's get it, bro.
You see what I mean? That's why Dad came home late. Grandpa came home tired. Meals were prepared. I'm tired because I did.
Yeah, but that's also a lot of us. That's where we're lost too. It's because we're wasting a lot of our energy doing a lot of dumb shit.
I need to put these on.
You can if you want to listen to everything. Yeah. So welcome to episode 120. Bringing Coach Q back. You know what's up. Awkward Intelligence. Here we go.
What's up, fellas?
Yeah, so we're bringing in the aspect again of like schooling, right? So what just the major thing that happened with schooling in politics at this point is the Department of Education has been stricken down by an executive order from Trump. What are your initial thoughts on some of that? of what you think of dismantling that department? What is that? How does that initially? What do you initially feel from that?
My first thought on that was like, why are you getting rid of as a special educator?
You can swing it a little bit more.
As a special educator, I initially thought that was going to be a bad thing when you're dismantling the Department of Education.
Right, of course, right.
Because the Department of Education has been something that I've always known.
Correct, right.
So when you eliminate it, it's like saying, I'm going to eliminate milk.
Right. Well, it feels like in a way it kind of hits your identity. It's who you are. You're a teacher, and you feel like that's something you're supposed to have backing you and whatever, right? You know what I mean? Like those are the things you're kind of just, your initial thoughts.
Yeah.
That's where I'm going with it.
Yeah, well, my initial thoughts was like, especially coming from, a different perspective that I would take upon it. It's like, why are we dealing with the Department of Education? What they do?
Right.
And I started thinking about kids immediately.
Right.
And students.
Right.
Those are the things,
how it affects them.
How it affects them. So that's my first reaction because that's what I do every single day.
So did you do your research or did you listen to the headlines?
It's a great point. My girlfriend always say, did you do your research? Do your research. Do your research before you have a compliment on something.
Right.
So.
And that's why I wanted to say the initial thing and then get this.
Right.
Right.
Because if you do your research, it's like, I didn't know. And I don't think most people know. And it makes sense. The Department of Education is a great outlet and it's a great serviceable thing for the people in the world. However, the amount of money that you make, that is property taxes, that pays for our education. That's why when you have more money, you have better schools. Because you don't mind the property tax.
Right.
So when you look at where profitable and wealthy established schools are, you look at them where they are.
True, but I've heard an argument in a way against that per se of going, my bad, I cut you off. Are you good? I heard an argument about that, right, where they said that, right, where obviously if you take money away from certain school areas, they're going to have less money now. Then these people with money are going to be able to go have these cool schools over here. It's going to disproportionate people, right? People throw all kinds of stuff out like that, right? But what I heard to kind of combat that is if you make all the schools in your area public schools and we all have to use them, guess what? That means the money has to flow in regardless. Because if we're all using them, we all have to spend that money to use them or whatever, and collectively grow. But if, like you're saying, if we start privatizing and moving things around, it then creates boxes for people to go hide in.
No, I'm not saying. I mean? I'm not saying that. I'm saying.
No. I was saying there's an argument against that. Is what I was saying. I didn't say you were saying anything. I'm saying there's an argument against people who say that it'll disproportionate a bunch of different people because there's not going to be any money left or whatever.
As far as dismantling of the Department of Education.
Have you heard that? Is that part of it, the argument?
No.
It's a segment,
right?
But it's not part of the argument.
Gotcha.
You know, because there's a lot of different things that goes into that.
Right.
You know, this is something that abruptly just happened, and yes, we have a lot of different situations dealing with our school system,
right,
and the education standpoint in the world. We have a lot of things that is a problem.
Right.
You know, we are down
in comparison to other countries.
Right.
So there's a problem.
Right. And
So-
people think keeping the Department of Education is not the problem.
My point is,
You know what I mean? They're like, why are we taking down the Department of Education? It's not the problem. That's what a lot of people will try to say.
well, in their regard, they're going to say it is the problem.
Right.
Because
it's definitely the problem.
they don't see anything that's happening that's profitable. But you don't understand when you eliminate something that you don't know where it belongs and how it helps somebody. So I give you an example. If I'm a CEO of anything and I don't know what John brings to the table, John could be the best cameraman in the situation. Storms, fires. You get rid of John. Okay, well now nobody else learns how to do it.
Right. If he doesn't teach it.
If he doesn't teach it, so you cut boom. And then and then the people like your owner like, yo man, where's John? John gone.
John gone.
But now you gotta bring John back.
Right.
So whatever that's a totally different situation.
Right.
Education aspect is be about it. Be about it, but understand what's happening. What's happening is that nobody wants to say it. Kids do not really care about school anymore.
Because there's nothing there for him.
Right. It's not
There's nothing there for him.
And
Yeah.
we can keep going through it. However, and I love my job.
But that's the thing.
But my job is harder trying to teach someone who doesn't care.
I think people.
Got you.
Here's the thing, though. I don't think
That makes sense.
But I don't think
That
that's,
makes sense.
It does make sense, but I don't think that's the true thing. It's not that people aren't saying it. People are saying it. It's that the teachers don't have the backing.
The teachers have the power and the backing because they
Then-
got the power.
so then what's the problem?
Because we're not saying it.
No, they are. Because I've had this argument.
Let me say
Here's the
this.
thing. I've had this argument with teachers before.
Because I see him now.
Yeah.
I see him now. Instead of being in school, they walking around the streets at the mall and shit.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's what
I see 'em.
That's what I'm getting at, though. If there was something, I told teachers this before. This is my argument. If school curriculum was actually worth learning, people would be there. It's not. We need to revamp the school system. We need to get it changed.
Hold up a second.
I've said that, but they argue against me.
You have somewhat of a valid point. However, there are students who are there who are achieving at a high level, who are learning, and people would say AP courses, general ed courses. However, the learning is being established.
Right.
When we talk about the numbers, that doesn't really equate to. They don't talk about the success.
Right.
Because there, throughout all of our jurisdictions, there are kids who are propelling and moving forward on the educational plateau on what they're doing. They're learning. However, you either are visual, audio, and a plain old doer.
Right.
You either coming from a two-parent family home who has done something or who is doing something, who's going to institute for you to do something. They're not going to let you be in their house and not learn.
Right.
You're going to college. You're going to work. I'm going to teach you how to drive.
Something.
I'm going to
Right.
do something for you.
Those are the options I got. You either go to school or you gonna work.
No.
Right. Right.
Unfortunately, our options was, man, I'm gonna make sure that I don't get done in the bathroom. or jacked. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
robbed,
Right.
Damn.
pulled up on.
Right.
Like people have to live that life.
Mm-hmm.
Coming up.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So
Yeah, no, I got you. I mean, it's a whole different world, man. We get that. But the thing is like I said, if there was a here's the thing. Even when I was in school, I had, like I said, I had home economics where we learned how to cook spaghetti and we learned how to, boil noodles and we learned the basic shit, little things. And some people might go, well, that seems so simple. You could be learning that at home. It's like we were. But we were also learning it in an environment with each other to kind of, get that idea. Like that's where barbecues and things come from, where we can all cook and hang out together and do things together. You know what I mean? It's gatherings.
Well,
we were learning to be social and gathering and stuff.
Kinship.
Like that. Kinship, right. There was more to it than just the cooking part and just the whatever. It was teamwork and learning with your, you had a lot of times you had to team up with somebody and y'all had to both put it together. Someone had to chop the onion and someone had to do this and whatever. You know what I mean?
But it was universally known though.
Mm-hmm. Right. You
see what I mean?
Right.
It's universally.
But a lot of those courses aren't in there anymore. That's what I'm saying. They've taken a lot of that out.
Yeah, so basically, what you're saying is you need schools to be like more entertaining.
Yeah.
For the kids to come.
Correct. And teach them the things that we really need to know about this world.
Yes, because
you know what I mean? And do it in an entertaining way. Yeah.
Back in the day,
right,
is not even true.
It didn't really get us.
You know what I'm saying?
No, it got us a lot.
We're learning
that too.
We're learning that. It's obviously it was a lot of it was lies.
But it got us.
Maybe it's not resonating with
it. It got us to what
That's what I'm saying.
It got us.
It's got to change.
Got you.
It has to definitely have to change, but it got us to where we are today. It got us to a point where again we had to take it upon ourselves to move it further in our mind.
It's what we said in the past episode. It's what we said in the past episode. Said they taught us what to think, not how to think.
Right.
Bomb droppers.
Now we're learning how to think a lot more and faster and better than we've ever known before.
Or interpretability.
Because that's one thing they weren't teaching us. They were just teaching us here. Look, this was history. Here, this was what here. This is math.
No one challenged.
Right.
No one challenged.
But when we did, we got shot down. That was the problem. You know what I mean? Censorship and different things were happening because people who tried to rise up always got pushed down. You know what I mean? That was always a theme. It was always a theme, and that's what we were always fighting against.
I'm not going to let you get too far.
Because people follow. If
I'm not going to let you get too far.
People going to follow, right? And they don't want that.
Mm-hmm. I'm not going to let you get too far.
Right. You can only get so far before we start going, what's going on over here?
Right. And who are you to decide how far I can get?
Right. Exactly. You know
what's your limit on me that I don't have upon myself?
There it is.
Then we got a problem.
Mm-hmm.
You've already said I can't go no further with you.
Right.
No matter what you doing, at this point, I'm done.
That's it.
That's what they say when they say like,
right. They're trying to put you in a box.
Right.
Trying to put you in a box at that point.
You can't. Yeah. It's not that what you're seeing.
Right.
Or if not so.
We're jumping out of the boxes now. We're definitely jumping out of the boxes.
Come
now.
on.
That's it.
Yeah.
Here
we are.
We see it every single day.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't absorb it.
Well, that's something I try to tell people too. I say you see things every day, miracles, wonders happening all the time, all over the place. But we don't. We're so dumbed down, and we're so just whatever fucking fog they had us in has got so many people. They just don't even see it like that anymore. They just think, oh well, yeah, okay, people get lucky. Like they can't even be excited for the world changing and doing it. It was just like, sometimes shit happens, And you're like, damn, that's how destroyed your fucking self-esteem is that you can't even be happy and see the shit that's happening in the world. You got to think everything's just destruction. Those are the doomsdays people, that I say. You know what I mean? They're just stuck in this doomsday fog that the world has them in because they're so programmed, you know what I mean? That they just want to see the doom and everything.
Well, a lot of times, man, you are proximity of where you come from and what you do.
Yeah. Scoot up.
I can't.
You scared of the table, man?
No. I said you are proximity of what you what you do in the community that you're involved in.
Right. Correct. You create the world around you. Yeah,
so
definitely.
If you don't see other individuals doing anything that gravitates you to what they want to do,
right,
or try to help them, then it doesn't really matter. That's the important part. We have to see what's happening within our community and invest.
Yeah, we talk about that all the time.
And as far as schools is concerned, we keep going back to it. Yeah. And the bottom line to it, you have a percentage of kids who want to learn.
Yeah.
Then you have a percentage of kids who really don't care.
True.
So in that mix, the person who wants to do it is affected by this number who does not. In some kind of way. Their interaction with each other.
But why do we keep them together then?
Why not? Because
why can't we separate them and let them do different shit?
That's Queen.
There's some people who want to do
Don't
that.
they got AP classes just for,
if you take an
AP?
Listen, you have kids who do interact with other individual students.
What?
They have AP courses. That's not the point. The point is that individual kids are no longer interested in school. That's the point. And how do you get them involved into wanting to do something?
Right.
Again? That's the point that I'm making.
True, very true. Mm-hmm.
Anything else is
What-
I don't have a reason for it.
Truthfully, to this day, like you said earlier, like you alluded to earlier, you didn't say, like you alluded to, was we really don't even need school. Truthfully, we don't at all. Because everything you ever need to learn is right here. And if somebody could point you to it and show you how to use it, and you'd be on your own and you'd be good. Once you learned how to basically read, basically count your money and shit like that, you get on the internet, you're on your own. You see what I'm saying? Like, what do you want to learn? YouTube has fucking hours and hours and hours of free shit to learn. You see what I'm saying? So truthfully, we don't need school. But the thing is we need some type of school in order to educate our children further in this world.
Nah,
we don't know what that consists of per se yet.
We need school.
But we need school for that.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
we need school. We need school from the discipline aspect. We need school from the cultural aspect. We need school from a lot of different variances. We need school from an emotional, social, we need schools because schools and teachers provide an opportunity for individuals, whether it be male, female, or whatever you want to be at currently. It allows all those different components of us. It's a census. I need my emotions. I need my social ability. I need my physicality. I need all these different things as far as my hearing, my seeing, my touching. It's the same thing. It could be in different variables. Once again, who the hell is saying that because you don't look at it that way that it's wrong?
But that's the thing though. The old ways and the way the tribes worked was that's how they worked. You had a community which had a school within your community, which means you showed up. You know what I mean? Everybody showed out. Everybody showed off. You knew who your fastest were. You knew who your strongest were. You know what I mean? And you pushed those people in those directions. That's what they did. Why are we not doing that anymore? Why are we not pointing people in the directions they need to be pointed in? If you disrupt the class or if you want to do something different, you're considered an outsider. You're not considered somebody who wants to sit and learn. I don't want to learn this shit. I want to learn other stuff. Our brains are different. We understand that. We have tests for this. But we want to sit here and make everybody sit in a fucking square box for 2.5 hours in each class every fucking day over and over and over. I think that's ridiculous. It's just a ridiculous curriculum when we could be doing better things. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it.
What would you suggest?
I would suggest more like vocational schools once they get into
certain
like high schools.
Jurisdictions have
So
that.
of course your elementary school system pretty much can stay the same of how it is because they have to learn the basics to go anywhere anyways, and that's what elementary is about. Elementary is about learning your how to read, learning how to write, learning how to work and function within your society you're in. You know what I mean? And so once you learn those things, then you can go off into these other schools as you get a little older. Instead of middle school and high school, they might go into some other shit where it's some vocation or training or whatever. You know what I mean?
There are a lot of jurisdictions that have those type of programs. I'm just saying, like.
And I'm sure those programs are doing well. Why do we not have more of them for more people? That's what I'm saying.
Well, the opportunity is not always awarded to them based upon whatever reason is. I don't really know the criteria.
Right.
Why they don't have more accessibility to it. I don't.
Right.
I can say that I can agree with you that having that opportunity, you really don't know when you are a ninth grader on what you want to be later on in life at the present moment.
At 18, you don't know either.
You don't know yet.
Yeah. At 30, you don't know yet.
So,
So,
but
if we had schools that let us explore those things, you see what I'm saying?
there are.
Where we could go, oh, maybe I want to do this. You could go try a class in that.
Overwhelmingly.
You know, maybe you don't like that. All right, I can move on. You know?
Overwhelmingly, kids do not do that. They don't care about that aspect of it. And the numbers say it.
Right.
They don't really care. But you have a small percentage of kids who do care about school. And they are successful in the school districts. But if you keep coming on talking about, well, truancy.
Right.
When you don't have kids in school, what do they have? Juvenile crime. See how that comes? Like, they transfer from school to crime.
Because they don't have anything else to do.
Correct. They're not in school, but they're committing crime.
Right.
It's 10 o'clock in the morning. It's 2:30 in the evening.
Do you know where your kids are at? Remember those commercials?
Right.
Yeah.
Supposed to be school.
That's what they tell. That's what they tell people now. People joke with people.
Right.
They're like, yo, I come from Gen X. My parents didn't even look for me. The news had to fucking tell them to come look for me. So like get the fuck out of here with your bullshit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes, sir.
don't tag me on your phone.
No.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yep.
I used to be a ghost, baby.
Absolutely.
That's crazy.
And that's how I was. No doubt. No diggity.
You only knew I was home when I walked in that door.
Correct.
Otherwise, you had no idea.
My mom said, I heard you coming up the steps.
Right. They start to know different things, man.
Yes.
You wanted to follow that.
Droppers.
Right. Yes, sir, man.
Yeah,
That's what's up. I'm telling you.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I get it. I mean, we can sit here and go back and forth on school and whatever. But I think the things it's good to hear your perspective of it. You know what I mean? Because you are a teacher, you are an educator, you are somebody in the system of it. So it's earlier the way I wanted to play that was your initial feelings obviously were, damn, people are going to be affected. I got to worry about this. You know, I might have to worry about this, worry about that. But when you did your research, you realized a lot of that wasn't included in all that. The Department of Education, let's just finish it off. The Department of Education was created in 1970 by yours truly, Jimmy Carter, right?
Correct.
Okay. So that was created, and who knows, back then it was probably created to be a good system. It was probably created to try and work on some issues, I'm sure. But
That was the first thing.
Right.
There was no system.
Right.
They were the system.
That's what I'm saying. So they were, I'm sure they tried to do their best, but we realized that everybody who got in there after that has done nothing but entangled all of it into all of it. And so, you know what I mean? You got USAID, you got Department of Energy, you got Department of this, whatever. All these different departments, CIA, they're all fucking paying each other to do weird shit. You know what I mean? There's a lot going on. So that, you know what I mean? So that's what we're getting at. And so it's like, some people, what I want you to understand is we have to dismantle a lot of these things, okay? Now, that doesn't mean that they go away forever and we never think about them again. Part of these systems will be brought back online, but the thing is some of them have to just be chopped. That's just the way it's going to have to work. You know what I mean? Like, it's sorry, that's the way. We're going to you know what I mean? Like, just get over it at this point. It's going to work this way. You know what I mean? You'll realize it's for your greater good. You know what I mean? Because you can't, think about it. We've talked about it like this before. If you have an apple, right, and it's got one worm in it, you can cut that worm out, take the piece off, you're good. You probably eat the rest of the apple, right? But if you open the apple and it's just infested, what do you got to do? You got to chuck it, right? Yeah. So some of these programs are so infested with shit, there's no sifting through them. It would take forever to sift through them. So you chop them, and then you just reinstate the things that work right back into place because it's already there. You just chopped everybody out. Correct. You see what I'm saying? The building's not gone. The system's not gone. The people are just gone. Now you set people back in there who need to be set back in there. You know what I mean? For whatever positions need to happen, and that's it. The rest of it's gone. And we've saved ourselves so much. You know what I mean? Things, and that's what I'm saying. So, like, just give it a chance. We're 2 months in. You know what I mean? We're 2 months in. Give it a chance. I know it feels stressful because you're going chop here, chop there. What's this? What's that? Layoffs. You're hearing all this crazy shit. Relax. just relax and watch it go down. This is all happening for your greater good. Watch this shit go down. You know what I mean? You're gonna be sitting there months from now. You're gonna go, what the fuck was I worried about? You know what I mean? So yeah, relax and watch it play out. And remember, a lot of this is politics and bullshit. And movies, remember, it's all masks and CGI. You know what I mean? So relax. Don't let it get your emotions. Watch how it plays out. Watch the signs. That's what we kept telling you guys.
Watch the signs.
Watch for the signs. Watch what's happening. The comms, the different things that are going on. That's what you're watching for. You're watching for the events. You're not watching with your emotions. Stop it, people.
And sometimes they can't help themselves.
I know.
So,
Speaking of events, you know, today is the year that the bridge fell.
Been 1 year?
It's been 1 year.
I know. I was like, wow.
bomb dropper.
It's been 1 year. Bomb droppers.
It's been 1 year. That's
And
I can't believe it's been a year already.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm with you.
It felt like it happened like a few months ago.
Right. It still feels fresh. Doesn't feel like a year later.
A year?
Wow.
You see how time is moving?
Time is really moving.
Time is definitely flying.
Prior to the Key Bridge collapsing, how important was the Key Bridge to you?
To me personally,
I mean,
never thought about it.
Never thought about it.
I went over it a couple of times, but
Yeah.
I actually walked it. No, I'm sorry.
Now,
Not the Bay Bridge. I'm sorry.
here's the thing. When I was working, I used to go because I used to do work jobs in those areas, so I would go over it then.
Yeah.
But like I said, was it ever a thought in my mind? No.
Right.
But I did use it for when I was working there and stuff like that. So
And now we know the value of it.
Correct. Yeah.
The value of it.
But how
is-
much has really changed though?
Well,
Have you felt it?
Shit, traffic more.
traffic.
Where?
Where?
Going over the bridge. Going over the
Shit.
I don't-
695, man.
I don't go on that one. I
All them
don't
places
go that
be
way no
hurt.
more.
Going over the
Because they
bridge.
can't go that way no more, so they got to go.
I gotta go. Yep.
They got to go the long way.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know,
No, I get that.
so you
Traffic's
get to work in
definitely-
a half an hour.
Yeah.
It take you two
Yeah.
damn hours now.
But like, what was it?
Everything has been impacted by that bridge for people who live in the simplest areas, who work different places. Like some people who live in, like say, North Point,
Right.
over there by the Amazon, who work in Silver Spring,
Yep.
who work in Greenbelt.
They can't go
They
that way.
can't
no more.
go across that way.
They gotta go
Right.
around.
Now they gotta go around
All the way
They
around.
like all the way around to get to home, to get to work.
Right.
So they have to
I get
leave
it.
an hour earlier
Right.
to get to work.
Right.
Definitely affects travel.
Or like you get caught up in a jam. You get caught up in a jam. It could be 2 hours.
Right.
Depends upon where you're coming from. So,
Yeah. And right.
crazy,
Depends
man.
on your travel. Like if you're
it is
somebody who travels.
impacted. But the imports that come through,
That's what. Yeah.
it impacts
Yeah. That
national
too. Yeah. That too. That's what I wanted to say. Yeah.
Import.
Can't get
Right.
it out.
Right.
import.
Yeah. I got you. Because
So-
that blocked off a lot of our
Yes.
our ports and
That's
port,
national.
port areas and stuff. Right.
That's not just local.
Right.
It don't
Global.
It's
Global.
national.
Global.
This is it.
Right.
Michael Jackson.
Damn.
Y'all ain't get that.
That was a year ago.
Y'all ain't
He
get
said,
that.
"This is it."
Michael Jackson.
Dude.
Trying to sneak one in there, man.
Yeah, man. Shit wild out here, man. I don't know what's wrong with people, man. Something wrong with people's brains now, man. People going crazy. Let me
Yeah.
tell you what
The
happened.
energies are
Yes,
coming.
the
in.
energy. Let me
Yeah,
tell you
some
what happened
people-
today.
Here we go. BDot story. Let's go.
Okay. Let's
So
roll in.
I had to go do somebody else's job because they didn't finish it, right?
Okay.
So they called me to do it, right? So I go do the job. I get to the job, and I go in the rental office, so I get the key for the unit. So the guy like, yeah, man, do you have what's going on around here? I'm like, no. He was like, yeah, man, yesterday one of your guys was out here cleaning one of the units,
Right.
and a lady just ran in the unit ass naked.
What?
Right. While he was working.
While he was working, ass naked, and went in the bathroom and just locked the door.
Right.
What is wrong with people? So she was going crazy. So basically, she had to. They called the police.
She
for,
freaked out.
Yeah.
Something happened.
She was off
She got
that
triggered.
icky.
She got triggered by something.
Energy's definitely off, man.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. You got to take care of yourself. And when we say take care of yourself, that is more, it's beyond the whole just physically.
Yeah.
But it's the mental.
The mental, man.
Yeah, it's mental too. That's why we always say, you know what I mean? Think about how you talk to yourself. You know what I mean? Like there was moments like we always say with, the I don't knows and I think the can'ts and this. We got to stop talking to ourselves like that, you know what I mean? And start going, I'm not sure yet, or I don't understand this yet, And if you start working on talking to yourself like that instead of saying I can't and I won't.
Positive attribution.
Yes, sir.
Boom.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the teacher knows the real words.
Bomb droppers.
I just half know what I'm talking about.
Right. No, you know what you talk about all the time, most times. You know what I mean? It's different. But yeah, so you gotta speak to what you want to come to fruition.
Correct. Yeah.
So
Yeah, speak highly of yourself. Yeah, just speak more highly of yourself. There's no reason to talk down on yourself.
my mind just went a place real quick that all of us are the different disciples of the world.
Yeah,
When you look at it through the Bible situation, I ain't trying to go there. I'm just trying to say I'm looking at it.
right.
The format. They all were different. Different.
Right.
They had the form. When we get that uniformity of whatever it is, are we the Bible on what we're doing in different aspects?
I'm a whole universe.
Yes, sir.
I'm a whole universe expressing myself right now.
So,
You are the universe.
Tox.
Become the universe.
Yeah, no. Well, see, that's the thing, right? Is I've over the years throughout my life I've gone back and forth, man, about like back and forth with like this whole religion and Jesus and all these different things, man.
Yeah.
Just in general, right? But what's crazy is after becoming less religious and more spiritual has only strengthened my faith in everything anyways. That's the difference. It's realizing that for me, religion was just the control. Spirituality unlocks all of that. You know what I mean? For me.
Spirituality.
Yeah. So that's just how I saw it. And so it just, and that's why this show was important to start it and do it the way we were doing it, was because we're able to show like, look, just because you want to have some spirituality, but you don't believe in the whole religion thing, because some people want to watch that Sunday service type shit. You know what I mean? We didn't want to be Sunday service, but we wanted to be able to still give you service, but give it to you in a whole different way. Yeah. You know what I mean? We can still talk about it. We can still have those moments, but we're still just normal people. We're not out here trying to, like we said, we don't have no agendas. I'm not trying to uphold no fucking morale to anybody. You know what I mean? I have my own despicable moments here and there, just like anybody else.
And you have yours.
Right.
And I have mine.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And we're all part of that. And that's the part, that's what we want to bring. That's the whole part of what awkward intelligence is, right? We're just bouncing ideas and throwing shit around and having a good time.
And then we get an intellect.
Right.
So
you know what I mean? So for me, that's what all of this encompasses. It's like having our own church. It's like having our own school. It's like having our own, you know what I mean? It depends on what mode and idea we're in that moment. There's some moments on here we're in here teaching and, There's some moments we're preaching a little, and then there's some moments here, you know what I mean? We're learning. And it just, that's, you know what I mean? That's what it all comes down to.
That's the uniformity of it.
Right.
If I can't sit across my fellow people, either like-minded or unlike-minded.
Right.
My thing is the very idea that there's another idea, there's something gained.
Yeah, that's a timeline shift. That's a split.
For me.
Yeah.
I learned something, no matter what I look at it as. the value of you.
Right.
I'm not even thinking about. I'm thinking about my experience with you,
Right.
not you as a person. My experience with you is not you as a person. That's the difference. That's the difference on anything that we're doing. Is you ready to say I may displeasure the appearance? That's not you. You are not the appearance. The appearance is a part of you.
Right.
Let me put it in other terms.
There we go.
I'm a basketball player. I'm not a basketball player that's a man. I'm a man that plays basketball first.
Right.
It's the same difference. Look at it. I'll give you a minute. I'll give you a moment to think about it. Whatever you look at it, however you look at it, it's the same thing I just said. I just said it to you differently.
Yeah.
Right. When you equate
It's school.
By equating it, right? By equating it, you're just making it so that the other person can be relative to it.
Understand it.
It's
Right.
how they gonna go about it.
And that comes with culture. Because think about it, right? Like if we rolled up on somebody in culture and we don't really know who these people are yet, but we see their stuff, we can go, oh, and we can show them stuff. Hey, check this out. And they go, oh, okay. You like to do shit like us too. We don't understand each other yet, but we'll figure it out. You know what I mean? There's ways to show that energy through everything. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, we were just talking about this the other day. I was talking about this to somebody. I said, you seen that movie called John Carter? It's called John Carter. I think it came out early 2000s, maybe 03 or something like that. It was called John Carter. I can't remember who was in it. There's a couple of, cast members you might know if I knew their names. I can't remember their names at this moment. But anyways, the movie, right? It starts out where the main character was like a Confederate general in the Confederate Army. They were hiding in these mountains at some point, right? And he walks in this cave and ends up going through a portal. Finds himself on another planet. Okay. Ends up interacting with the locals. They're totally different. They're almost like alien to us compared, right? And so he interacts with them, and this is where I'm going with all this, is he realized, he starts interacting with them, and at first he has to just act things out because he doesn't know their language. But over time in the movie, and it's not too long, but it shows that he ends up learning their language, and then they just start communicating, easily, no problem.
Okay.
And I thought that I was like, that kicked off something in my mind, like I said, where it's once we learn, say telepathy, right? Where we gain our telepathy powers back. What are we saying in our heads? Are we all just talking English? You see what I'm saying? Even if we know what we're talking about through telepathy, how do I know what you're saying? Is it saying it English to me?
Oh,
right.
Is it? You see what I'm saying?
Right. We don't know.
Right. So what I started thinking,
you're supposed to just feel it.
So what I started thinking was, to that John Carter situation, right? Was okay if we just use telepathy. If I don't know your language, I'm going to start talking to you through pictures and different things and showing you stuff, right? And what's going to end up happening is we'll eventually I'll just know your language.
Okay.
And then and then you'll know my language and we'll be able to just you see what I'm saying?
Well, let me throw this
Then
in.
we would just start talking and we won't realize that we just know each other's languages.
Right.
That's crazy. Maybe it ain't no language.
Right, but
Maybe there's no language.
But it could be that too. I don't know.
I got one for you.
Here we go.
There's a story.
That's
the other day.
Now you got me
right.
I'm sorry.
No, you can laugh at this one too. There's a story that there was a guy in a Walmart and he came across two individuals working in Walmart. They were speaking Spanish. Unbeknown, he knew how to speak Spanish too. They were talking about him.
Right.
Oh,
right,
damn.
right.
Oh, he caught him.
He turned the tide.
Right.
And they was like, no, we weren't talking about it. He's like, no,
he was.
Yeah.
You were?
I know exactly what you were saying.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, you never know. You never
That's
know.
hilarious.
So
Right.
you
never know because now they got AirPods out. They got these little AirPods. So whereas though
It does it automatically now, right?
if you don't know Spanish and somebody speaking Spanish next to you, it relates to you
Yeah.
in English.
Yep. I heard of those, yeah.
There's some trans.
So that's funny.
Transition
So that's funny.
thing.
You just said that. Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? And then that's crazy that he knew Spanish.
You know,
Yeah.
it's be careful.
Yeah, you got to be careful because I know
What's
some of them. I'm not racist. I love all people because I know them Chinese people be talking about them females' feet
Yeah.
and nails and shit and hands
Right.
when they go to them shops.
Right.
Like, oh Lord, her hands nasty, her hands dirty, boy. No, hell no. You know what I mean? They be talking to her.
I'm sure they be saying some
Man,
shit.
come on, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you don't know that language, so you won't get it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
There's a lot
That's
of different
crazy.
language that we
Yeah,
don't
be
get.
careful.
It's a language that we do
Right.
understand that we still don't get. You know what I mean?
But you know what's crazy? I know if someone's talking about me
You can feel it.
from a different
Language or just
culture or
feeling?
whatever, because they look at me. They look at me, you know, while they talking. They do,
Right.
and they look at me. So I'm like, oh, I know you
Talking about
me.
you, right?
I know you talking about me.
Yeah. Let them talk, man.
I
Let them talk.
don't care. I don't give a damn.
Let them talk.
Do you? But I just know. I know it's about me.
Right. I got you. But that's the thing. You
But-
feel it too. You feel the energies
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely.
Let's step aside for a second, man. Like what episode is this?
Of what are we talking about?
Shit.
Yeah, like y'all.
120.
120.
120. Okay.
120th episode.
The
Yeah.
last time I was on 69,
Something like that.
70, 89,
Something along those lines.
However, it's 120 shows that you two cats have been doing this thing, man.
Yeah, man.
Congratulations.
Appreciate you.
Happy New Year.
Appreciate you.
Oh yeah.
Happy New Year,
Yes,
man.
sir. That's
Yeah,
coming
Happy
up.
New Year.
Happy New
Happy
Year,
New Year.
dog.
You know it.
I ain't seen Happy
Yeah.
New Year.
We're there.
What's happening, man?
We're there.
What's popping?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's good to go?
Yeah.
My nizzles.
Yeah. It's exciting. It's exciting, man.
My
It's
nizzles.
My nizzles. What's good?
What's cool is that you acknowledge that the 120 again, because I was just thinking about that. I was like, man, come on, man. I was like, ask yourself, how many of your friends got 120 episodes of anything?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Ask yourself. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
You.
Yeah.
That's my friend.
That's what's up. Droppers.
Yeah, that's my friend, man.
But yeah,
got
you know what I mean.
120.
Like when you just think of, because you know what I mean. And it's crazy because it's like you don't want to seem like you're bragging or anything like that. Like
Yeah,
that's
never
not,
that.
or boasting. We're not trying to be like
Never
that. But it's
that.
like, but I think about that in a lot of different things that I do sometimes. You know, like even with my music. You know, sometimes people will say different things about you and your music, and I just kind of think like, who's doing what I'm doing though?
Where they at?
Yeah, like where you at?
Where they at?
I'm doing what I'm doing. That's all I know. You know what I mean?
I'm in my lane.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'm moving
I'm like-
fast. It's your
and
song.
and it's cool. You can say what you need to say. You know?
It's your song. Tell me your song. I'm moving. You in my back. You remember that? Come on.
Right.
Who with that?
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's why it's like it doesn't
Come
make
on.
sense. It's like
That's it.
It's like just do you. Just
Correct.
got me.
Whoa.
Oh, that one got me.
It's this week.
Uh-oh.
That one got me.
It's him, folks.
Damn. Yeah, no, that's why I say just work on yourself, work on you, work on putting yourself together, and you do what makes you happy. You do what, you know what I mean? Like like I said, when I make my music, yeah, do I make music that leans towards the trends and things and stuff that I'm hearing and doing? Yeah. Am I trying to make it just for that? No. All my music I'm putting together is because it's stuff I like, it's stuff I want to hear, it's stuff that I want to put out into the air. You know what I mean?
Yes.
First of all,
That's what
that's
I do.
stuff that comes from you.
Right. Because I'm just right.
It
I'm
comes
just
from you when you
I'm
write
creating it.
like,
Right. Mm-hmm. Right.
That's how it goes.
Right.
I don't understand
right.
people.
Right. So yeah. So and that's why like I said years ago, that's why we always thought like that. Like we just putting the music out. We putting it out there. It's gonna speak for itself.
And you
know what
put
I mean?
the music out
Yeah.
there.
And this.
And
know?
see, there you go.
Put it out there.
Because if you didn't have that, you wouldn't have this.
Right.
There's transactions to all things.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
I gotta be able to put my time
I
into
agree.
something. It's transactions, the whole thing.
Right.
I don't care what kind of transaction you're doing.
Right.
If you're trying to win, you're trying to move. There's a
All I
transaction.
do is win.
Win, win.
No matter what.
No matter what.
For real, man.
Yeah. So, that's just how that goes, man.
Yeah.
Just gotta realize it, man. I don't know what it's gonna take. I keep being told, gotta do your research. Whatever you're doing, you gotta do your research, and I've learned that.
How has that helped you in ways? Like if you think about it, like do you think that helped you become more critical thinking instead of just reacting? You know what I mean?
I'm still balancing that.
Right. Okay.
I'm still
You're
balancing.
still in the mix to that,
Still
right?
balancing that aspect of, people have a different perspective of how you see things.
Right.
From their vantage point.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where you gotta go off how you feel.
Like it's like I can tell people all the time, like I know throughout the world, and people you meet, Marion Barry was like a surrogate father to me. You looked at him as probably an asshole because you saw him on TV smoking crack.
Yeah, that's what they said.
So
See,
you
that's
that
what
was
they
that
was his
the picture.
That's what they
perspective,
put
right.
out there.
That was the pictures like throughout.
Right.
Like, oh, you from that guy, like, but you don't understand that from 14 to 18, I had a job through his program. I worked in who I am today. If it wasn't my interaction with governmental agencies doing governmental things, I wouldn't have been able to be who I became.
Right.
Or become.
You stuck around.
Those are values than something he led.
Right.
So whatever you're saying, like that matters. It's a perspective.
Yeah.
It goes back to what I just said, a while back, and you are the proximity where you come from, and what's presented to you.
Right.
That's what you are. It's a matter of why I want to incorporate myself into something else. And that's once I start incorporating myself in other things, we move about. But it's not all about you or us. You better move about. It's a tide. It's a tide.
Right. Right.
You stuck. It's a tide. Where you at? I got swept away.
Yeah.
Honestly, I got swept away. Where's show and show at? Bye. You know what I mean?
God.
I saw him over there a minute ago.
He was surfing.
He was surfing.
He was.
Got caught up in
He
the
got
currents.
Dang.
Right, in the currents.
Caught up in
Damn.
the currents.
How about that? Mm-hmm. Which is face value.
Right.
The currents.
But yeah, like going back to like research and stuff, you know what I mean? Like you're saying.
My girl says it all the time.
Right.
You gotta do your research.
But like you're saying, you know a different aspect of Marion Barry. You know what I mean? Where, like you're saying, other people have.
But I don't know a different
perspective.
aspect of doing research.
Correct.
It's either do research or know what you're talking about,
Right.
or can't talk about what you don't have research upon.
Right.
It's that perspective.
Right.
Like, if I only watch or if I only get this particular source of news
That's
or
it.
information, I only know that.
Right.
But soon as I say, you may know something, and soon as I give you a different perspective, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Or now
That's
I
kinda
got to
what people
defend.
jump around.
Now I got to
People always wanna say that,
right? Or now I got to defend that I really wanted to go. Yes, you were, because you're trying to pronounce your opinion.
Yeah.
Fact, opinion goes in whatever we're doing.
Well, I just told somebody that they were like sometimes I tell you stuff and most of the time you're like, no, you're not with any of it, and I'm like, they're like, why is that? And I'm like, it's because of where you get your information. And they were like, I get my information from MSN and CNN and Fox, and I go, exactly. I go, that's all you get your information from. You don't have any alternative sources. You don't have no other research. You just listen to the news. I can't trust you.
Because that's where that's where they're
I
comfortable.
said, I can't trust
I can't
you.
trust you.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's like that.
That's
I
where
just
they're
can't
comfortable
trust
at.
you.
They're
Yeah.
comfortable with getting that source.
Yeah, that's why I can't trust you.
I don't understand why either, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's they're comfortable with it.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, it goes back to what you were saying earlier. It goes back to those people who are still Flintstones. A lot of times. They're like, this is what I know. This is what I trust.
I'm not
This is
moving.
what I'm not shifting.
right?
Because now I'm going to have to start over somewhere.
But then they matter in our lives, though.
They do.
They matter in
Yes.
our lives.
They keep us grounded.
Right. They
keep
matter
us grounded.
exactly.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
matter in our lives.
They keep us
so
grounded
we can't
to a
just
point.
eliminate
No.
that mindset.
No.
So that's that balance that us normal
We get
people
it.
deal with.
We get it. Yeah.
We get it.
Yeah.
But and we're dealing with it because we get it.
Right.
Those who don't really
Yeah.
care,
They're
just
just.
there's a body of mindsets who do not care about anything that you and I or Jeff has done.
Right.
That we're where we are in today's society. I don't care, bro. Let me tell you, who have you talked to that's younger than you, a teenager, that care about what you do? Who you can really have that conversation with?
Right. Not too many.
Ain't
if
too
any.
many,
I
right.
mean,
Too
like,
many, if
like,
any.
Ain't too many.
what younger you having a conversation with? That man, you know, blah 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 blah. I can meet, you know, every now and then I may run into shorty. We may have a beer. He smoke a cigarette, smoke a weed. You know, I tell him blah 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 blah. You got that guy?
Yeah. There's a couple, but it's very
it's-
few. It's very few.
You see what I mean? Like what we had.
Right. Like I said, we probably had it more. We had more uncles and
Yeah. So
things hanging around, you know what I mean, than most people do today. So, yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely a different.
They don't
we know
really
that.
have nobody. They don't
We
really
know
have
that.
nobody nowadays. You know what I'm saying? And then you speaking of don't care, maybe then it trickles down to the parents. They don't care.
but
Right.
ignorance can't teach ignorance.
Right. Definitely.
You know, if I'm a young parent and this is what I was taught, I don't know no better. It's always been said, man. I've been saying this for a long
This
time.
is
After
crazy.
my son 30. I've said this for a long time that when the child is calling the grandmother mom and calling the mother by the first name, that's a problem.
Right.
And that's
Definitely a
been the
problem.
way, and that's been the problem for a long time.
Right.
I'm calling the grandma mom, and you by your first name because you out in the club.
Right.
You doing whatever you doing. These are the kids.
Right.
These are the kids who in Baltimore City or wherever they are, wherever they out and about. These are your kids because their parents are out.
Right.
I guarantee you, that's the problem. I can't enforce them to get up in the morning because by the time they need to get up, I'm crashed.
Right.
We're not talking about that. That's a problem.
Yeah.
It happens.
That compounds on everything else. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just, yeah. Yeah.
We don't. There's a lot of different reasons they don't want to be able to discuss about that. And they may look at me or what I'm saying is wrong. I don't know. I'm saying what it is that I feel about
That's it.
how I see it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Like in the beginning, like I don't want to offset it, but that's why I keep saying like it's not a whole elimination. Of, man, we have great teachers, great educators, great administrators.
You just got to
great
get them the right
people.
system.
Like in the United States, we have it, but you have to understand if it's a universal problem, the kids don't go to school and they're not achieving. There's a problem.
Yeah.
It's not
I think
just
that's-
in this city.
I think it's just America.
Like, it's not
Like,
just. It's not just like it's a nationwide problem.
Well, that's what's telling us that
Nah, other countries doing all right.
that's what's telling us that it's some engineered shit. Because if they really gave a fuck, they would have been fixing this a long time ago. It would have never got this far. You know what I mean? If they were really trying to fix it. Because it's gone on for too long. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. It'd be
What's going on for too long?
all of this shit. All of the shit that's going on has gone in the school system has gone on for too long. And it's like what have they really fixed? Where's the fixes?
It's not just the school, it's the life. You know, it's our presidency. It's the people that we vote in. Like there's a problem that we need to be able to understand that's not how it's always going to be.
Right.
There's a problem, period, in all of it. In all of it.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. That's why we started off with we're dismantling it. The shit's getting dismantled. All kinds of shit. Fuck it. It's over. It's going down. But remember, it's not the fall of your world. It's the fall of their world. Fuck their system. We're going into some new shit. Welcome to the Jetsons.
Yeah, pretty much. It's not. Don't go down there nowhere. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
George Jetson.
Right.
And if you want a robot, go to Amazon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're already available. Yeah, they're already available.
Yeah. I don't know if they got made ones, but I know they got the ones, little sex dolls. And
Oh yeah, they're definitely out there. Yeah, they're definitely out there.
like
Have you talked about your new
they
album?
terrible.
You talked about your new album?
Which one?
The one you got coming out, you told me.
The latest one? Yeah, we played it the last 2 weeks or something. We played it on the show.
Okay.
Yeah, the
How is it?
new
What is it
single,
about?
new single called "Thinking Out Loud."
Okay.
Just about my life, thinking out loud,
Thinking out loud.
talking about shit that's going on in my life.
Just got finished. We
yeah.
just got finished talking about that.
Yeah.
Like just momentarily ago.
Yeah.
Thinking out loud. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is your life. Like this is where you become as far as that's concerned. You got music behind that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Thinking out loud. That's
Yeah.
what you just got finished doing momentarily ago.
Yeah,
Thinking
it
out
all,
loud.
It all comes together. It all comes full
together.
circle,
That's
man.
what you do.
That's how we do it. That's how we do it.
That's how we do it.
Thinking
Talking
out
to the
loud, man.
people.
Thinking out
Yeah,
loud.
and before that was talking to the people.
Right.
For that one was talking to myself. I said I had a theme, man. People ain't seeing this shit, man. I'm building a fucking.
I just said,
You know what I mean? I'm building.
It
shit.
just hit me.
Yeah.
It
In
just hit
between
me.
that, I had
That's
stresses.
crazy.
I also had the awkward intelligence.
me.
It's like I built a whole fucking thing of everything I was doing. It's all been going.
Crazy. It just hit me.
Yeah. Because before then, I was talking about the trilogy. I had completed the trilogy when I did those 3 albums, and you was on Wounded Love.
Yes.
He was on. He was
need to
on
hear
the
that.
song "Wounded Love."
Every time I hear that, every time I wish I could get that, man. You need to send that to me.
I can send that to you. I can
You
send
me
that
some
to
of
you.
that playlist, man.
Yeah, I can
because that
send
was a
that to
great playlist that I had from, like
Yeah, he was
Ride
on the
down the
wo-
road,
he
the
was-
Wounded
yeah,
Love.
That was you on Wounded
Coming
Love.
in here doing some work, yo. Putting in some work.
Matter of fact, we can.
Putting in some work. That was a
Shit,
good
it's
song. That was a great song.
Let's go
You
ahead
never heard
and
of
play
it?
that shit.
Yeah, I think we played on the show
remember
one day.
I'm sure we played it before.
Yeah.
And that thing was
I
vicious.
think we played it when you was here. Yeah.
We might have played it last time. Let's play it again.
Yeah, let's get it. Yes, sir.
That thing was vicious.
Here we go. All right, I think we got it.
Yeah.
To all the people out there.
Here we go. Wounded love, wounded love, wounded love, wounded love. When tragedy strikes and you're not prepared, ambulance on its way, but you shaking and scared. So just trying to stay calm, like everything's alright. And most of the days I can't sleep through the night, cause I'm sweating and thinking if today's the day that our lives are interrupted and you're taken away. Come on, just watching you wither away like a rose. Questions for the doctors, but they don't even know. What did we do to deserve this pain? Cause my familia is so dysfunctional, man. But I hold my head up and keep on smashing. I'm self-medicated just to keep from crashing. So strap yourself in and hold on tight. In the middle of the night, sirens and lights. Back in the hospital emergency department. It's Monday morning, my week's just starting. Wounded love, wounded love. Wounded love.
Man, you hear that? Got me in here.
That's some shit. You
Back
been,
in the day, Joe.
You be in the corner and
Yes,
shit.
I'm telling you, like
just had the
listen
music.
to that.
He was.
Listen to that.
Just hurt.
Like,
Wounded love just hurt.
Yeah.
we up in here, man. This goes back.
Putting shit
Yeah.
together.
Putting this like with that's the
Right.
foundation.
Yeah.
That's the principle of where we are today.
You can hit some high,
Yeah.
We did it.
for real, man.
There was
you
some
can
mo-
hit some high
There,
notes,
there was
man.
there was some movie
You know what I'm
magic
saying?
in
'Cause
there
my
too.
shit,
There was
it be a
there
little
was,
scratchy, but I like.
there was some movie magic in
Wounded
there.
But we up in this joint, Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just had him do like 3 or 4 takes
Yes.
of doing it different ways. I was like, just keep doing. Try
Right.
another one. Try a different style. Okay, do something else. Try a different one. Okay, back this up. We just
And
talked
we
a
go-
bunch of shit
and
for a
go
while,
there.
and next thing we know, that's what it turned out.
And
into.
go there.
Yeah.
It'd be like 4:00 in the morning. We wrote about it
Oh yeah.
like like moving parts, Joe.
Yeah.
But that's the thing about it. That's the thing
Got
about
it done.
I don't know nothing about music. Everything that I say to this day about music is I love
Learning-
to listen to
learning
music,
different things,
but as
yeah.
far as the intricacies
Of how
the
it comes
music,
together, yeah.
when I listen to songs now, I'm listening to what I learned in the lab here. This the lab.
Mm-hmm.
What I used to say, put your pen in the pad when you're in the lab.
I've been in the lab with the
Yeah,
pen
then
in the
you-
pad.
Then you say last time you could hear if the song been chopped.
Yeah, I
And
can
yeah.
hear it.
Yeah.
I can hear
All the pieces,
I can hear
yeah.
the
Yeah.
pieces of what he has done, or all the individuals that came through here has done in PBE Studios. You know, like you hear it. I can see how it's pieced together. It goes from boop boop, and I gotta sit down. I used to say to him all the time, yo, you need to say, like, when you gonna make someone music? I'm waiting for so and so to send me his track. Then you gotta listen to what they singing, and piece it in on what they want to do. So when you hear remix, it's not coming from the same location. It's
Right.
pieced together. You don't know that. You
Right.
think they in the same studio.
Right.
You wrong.
Right.
Like that's life.
Yeah.
You know the game.
Yeah.
That's life.
Right. It kind of opens your eyes to some shit. You know
It's
what I mean?
life.
That's what brings you to open your eyes to other shit, to go, wait a minute. If that's happening in just that area, what type of debauchery like that is happening in this area to that level, just a little bit, you know what I mean? And then you start opening your eyes to all kinds of things, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's all it takes. Is that's the critical thinking part. You see what I'm saying? It's just getting people to think critically about things, not just because that's the way it's always been, not just because that's the standard, not because, you know what I mean, the usual shit, the programming of it, but like, wait a minute. That doesn't sound right for some reason. You know what I mean? Or whatever.
You said, programming. Your mind is programmed based upon what they tell you
Right.
and what you see. Once again, man, there's rules to this in life. My rules is you visually see it,
Right.
you audio hear it, or you plain no do it. Plain and simple. That's people.
Right.
You are what you are. I see it. I visually see it, I audio hear it, and you plain old doing it. I see it. What's the discrepancy?
Right.
It ain't gonna change.
Right.
It's what you are. That's life.
And just apply that to anything.
And you just apply that to anything. That's how I try to make it that simple. I try. It ain't always perfect because I'm that person too. To somebody.
Right.
You know what I mean? We don't take in that in regard. We don't care about, you need to care about what someone's perception is of you. You need to care about it. Does it really make a difference? Probably not. However, I'm gonna say it to you.
It lets you know that.
I say it to people all the time, Joe. I say it to people all the time.
What's that?
And this is a good thing. There is no table of contents to life.
Right.
You don't have a chapter
I'm
to
right.
read.
I'm writing it right now.
There is no table of contents to life. You can't go to a source or a page to figure it out. You can't. There is no table of contents to life. You get a book, a table of content. There's a preface, blah, blah, blah. There's not to life.
The book of
Show
life.
me it. Is it the Bible? Is that the table of contents of life? People who are into that type of religion, who believe in sort of that standpoint. I do believe in my Heavenly Father, Jesus Christ. Hell yeah, I do. Excuse my French. But what I'm saying to you, it's fact. There's no table of contents to life. You can't go to a source, man, let me get to that page on how I need to deal with this right now.
Right.
Me coming from not having grown up with a father, like, or you or whomever, in anybody else's situation, you don't have that individual that you can, pick about. Yeah, man, how can I? Did you deal with this?
Right.
How you get through this? Man, why is all this hitting me at once? What do I do? How'd you do? What'd you do to get through it? And then when you do, if you do have that conversation, is it the truth?
Right.
I was winging it.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
I didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
Right. I didn't know.
But no, that's true. Sometimes it happens
on.
like that. Sometimes it does happen
No,
like
that's
that.
life. It don't sometimes happen like that. That's it.
No, because you look back at it and you go, it's
on.
called something right now. Like, like how you go, like you earlier, you just said it's called this. You can put that back to things you did in life earlier in your life, and you're going, I didn't understand that's what it was, but that's what I was doing then. That's what I'm saying.
Correct.
You see what I'm saying? I was trying to get there. Like, you can look back at your life and go, I've done this before. I just didn't know what it was called back then. I didn't know it was a thing.
Are you willing to say that? Are you willing to say that that's what to your child?
Yeah, I've done that, yeah.
To your child. Are you willing to say that?
Yeah, yeah.
And are you willing to admit that to yourself?
Right.
That's what I was doing.
Right.
I was trying to figure it out because I didn't have a table of contents to life.
Right.
No one showed me how to do this. And going
Right.
Sorry,
Right.
go ahead.
No. I was gonna say we've had
You got
where,
to figure out.
yeah, we've had where we're talking about, like I said, like, yeah, people don't teach us the things we really need to know about this life, navigating this life, not just life, but this life. As in, like I said, if somebody would have taught us in school, get your stocks together, get this, do the, you know what I mean, get your credit
money,
right. You know what I mean, the things that actually matter in this world. Make sure when you go get a loan, you're looking at APRs, you're paying attention to these, you're paying
trust fund,
right.
But you were looking to get a job,
Right.
a car,
Right. They just taught us how to survive.
a place to live.
Yeah, they taught us how to survive,
Right.
and that's it.
That's it.
Go get a job to survive, but they didn't teach
And-
us all the shit to make it work.
And that's Flintstones.
Yeah, right.
Now there's an absorbent amount of way that things are happening, moving parts.
Right.
But it goes by to I used to come in here and see what they're doing. You know what I mean, and hear it, decided to do it, and that's how we did it. But all that is about being open and receptive to it.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what it was happening, right? We're working on stuff, and I'm thinking of things to do with the song, and whatever. And he's in the corner, sitting there in the chair. Woo, he was like singing some shit to the song, like he did it a few times, and then I was like, man, that might work, man. I was like,
saying over there.
yeah. He was like,
there, right.
but he was kind of saying it to himself, and the music's playing. And then I heard him a couple times, and I was like, "What is he saying over there?" Like, that might work. And then we just kind of worked out.
Together,
That's when I was like, you know what? Just get in there and give me like 3 or 4 takes, different takes, and we tried it.
Yeah.
And
We got it to work.
my very first time ever doing that.
Yeah. He
Very
just got
first
in there and
time
did
ever
it.
doing that. And all the players who sing their songs and on their group, every time they see me, they say they heard that joke, they give me love.
Yeah.
Everybody love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody love it.
Yeah.
That's
It's
what's
good. That was
up.
a good piece. We pieced that together, man.
Yeah.
Very privileged to be able to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I
Appreciate
mean?
it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you as well, man.
Wounded love.
Yeah, he's getting in there.
See? And now you're going to have me saying that shit tonight. I'm going to be at home. I might be driving home and saying that shit like, wounded love. I'm like, fuck love. God damn it, coach.
Right.
That's how we do it, David. That's how we do it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, man.
But yeah, Wounded Love started the trilogy. Lucid Persona was the middle of the trilogy, and then I finished it out with the Hearts, Promises, and Fingernails. So that's been right there. That was the
People don't
You know what I
know,
mean?
man. I don't understand.
Did some crazy shit.
I guess they would be able to get access to your particular music, but
Mm-hmm.
man, there was a lot of just reality. Close your eyes and you could picture it. You know what I mean? You could just see how they was rolling. You know,
Talking about everything.
Talking about everything. You know what I mean? You can imagine what was happening.
what everything was going on.
Like
right?
this is what we're doing, and you don't understand. Like we pushing it, we having fun. This is how we roll it. It's a party. Get with it. Like everything was moving parts to it.
Right.
It wasn't no game. This is actionable. So that's why it's transitioned to this platform. 120. You moving.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? You're moving. Parts. Mentally.
Yeah.
So let's go back. Moving compartmental, right? How you say it?
Compartmentalized.
Compartmentalized. That's how you move it.
Bunch of different parts moving together. Yeah, I got you.
So when you look at it from that standpoint, that's how it's gonna be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're transitioning.
It's just another aspect.
It's just
yeah.
another aspect. You ain't hear it before,
Yeah.
you're gonna hear it now.
Right.
I have a bigger medium.
Right. Right.
I got a bigga media. You ain't hear before.
Yeah.
It was good before.
Right.
It was good before. It got me here.
No,
That's
yeah,
how
definitely.
we do it.
And then we use this
Hey.
to promote everything else, and then those promote this.
Right now, I'm Mario Andretti.
Yeah.
That's
It's all good.
Don't let me come Richard Petty this.
He about to start. He about
Right.
to
Don't
jump
let-
into some bars.
Right, exactly. Man, don't let me start doing that. That's funny.
To jump into some
I'm telling you.
bars.
Because that's what it is, man.
Yeah.
It's a platform.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
It's
I mean?
another platform to speak.
It's a platform.
Yeah, definitely,
It's a platform.
definitely.
And even if you wanted to do a special guest of yourself singing, you
Right.
could do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Show the people what they don't know.
Right.
This is how I do it.
Mm-hmm.
In a heartbeat. You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. Why didn't I think of that? I could have turned my single episode into a musical. Missed it.
Dang.
You ain't missed it. You can take it. It's a borrow, though. It's a borrow.
I know. I'm just fucking around.
Come on. It's all about doing it. You know what I mean? It's all about
Yeah.
doing
No. We
Gotta make it
we have
work.
talked about doing different things, just in general. Just when trying different things. We've done a few different
it.
things.
Why not?
So yeah, we.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's the way you
That's-
should do it. That's
yeah,
the
to
thinking
challenge
process.
ourselves. We've done a lot of different things that we haven't done before to try.
Isn't that
you know
your
what I mean?
music, though?
So yeah, challenging
Wasn't that your
ourselves.
music by challenging yourself? Then we need to challenge ourselves.
Yeah,
You know, you're on Rim. You know, now you're exposed to other different artists, different place.
Right.
You can put the Midwest flavor into the South and the East.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you incorporate that whole mixture. Everybody get there. That's where the hard part of you guys making music.
Yeah.
Because you had everybody who had their own platform.
Mm-hmm.
So if I lay down a track and you lay down a track, he lay down a track. Now I gotta mix this into a good quality of a track and song.
You see what I mean? Like, dude, this is like you say, man, I'm thinking a song called Intelligence. Now I got to sit here and think about some of the things I want to put with intelligence. I got to find, first of all, what's the beat?
What's the vibe?
What's the vibe? You know, how am I going? So when I go in the studio, am I just going through the motions or am I in it? Because if I'm in it, then it's going to be something.
You gotta be in it. Shit.
You gotta be in
if I'm
it.
in it, you know? So it
Gotta be in it.
yeah, it's that type of situation, man. So, you know,
Gotta keep that energy.
it's important.
Gotta keep that energy.
It's important. How's everything else with y'all, man? 120.
Yeah.
How's it feel to be able to do different episodes? So I'm sure in doing that you've learned from a lot of different people in doing this.
Yeah. Still learning. Still growing.
You know, is it anything that stands out as far as, you know, being able to accomplish? Was you happy on your anniversary when you accomplished whatever your anniversary was supposed to be?
Shit, man.
Does it even matter on what you do on a daily basis?
I thought it would matter more. I thought hitting like 100 and stuff like that would matter more.
Why?
Just in general, I just thought it would. Just overall, I just was like, we're gonna hit that 100.
Hit 100.
But I think all we did was we created it as such a goal that for me it ended up just being a milestone I wanted to hit. I really didn't care about the celebration and idea of 100. I just wanted to know that I could get there. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
So I think once I hit it, I just was like, yeah, I could do it.
Right.
And there's not many other people that have done this.
That 50 mark was crazy.
You know what I
to me.
mean?
I was like, well, all right.
At 50, you was already like, holy
I was
shit.
like, all right.
So is it like to be able to do something of that,
Yeah.
you know, significance, you know, how is it? Like, you don't really pay attention to the number of episodes that you've done?
Not as much anymore.
And it doesn't really matter. You're just doing what you do.
For me personally, I'm not really paying attention to the numbers anymore. I think once I hit the 100 and I was like, I could do 100, like, fuck yeah. Like, but numbers don't mean nothing.
I'm not even looking at numbers no more neither. Like,
I'm really not paying attention to
like,
it
to
that
be honest
much.
with you.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
So let me ask you.
I'm more about the information.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming you have a lot of followers. Do you have membership within your followership?
No, nothing like that yet. Nothing like that
So you're
yet.
not trying to go to that avenue yet?
We don't have enough followers
Once we
for
get
something
there.
like that. Yeah.
Once we get there, you know.
Yeah, we got to get our followers
can
up for
happen.
that. Yeah, but I got you. That's definitely another step.
Okay.
You got that. Yeah, I mean, like I said, we got the merch. You know what I mean? You can get the merchandise. You see they're on the websites are on the screen.
You have a lot of different. I assume you have a lot of different quality things that you're doing, stuff like that. So, just asking about that.
Yeah, that's definitely a step we'll take when we're ready for that.
You already.
Yeah.
You already.
Yeah.
Every single
It's
thing.
like
every
certain
single
requirements.
Time. Every single time you get on this, you are ready and prepared.
Yeah.
It's a matter of the opportunity.
We're honing our skills.
That's all it is. It's a matter of the opportunity. That's all it is. The opportunity is going to be able to bless upon you when it's necessary.
Right.
You know, and that's all you. So every time you do it, you're all ready.
Oh yeah,
It's just the opportunity.
Oh, we're ready in that way.
Yeah, it's the opportunity. Because
when everything's ready.
You present a great outlet.
Right.
You know, a great outlet. You have a lot of different flavors into what you'll be able to do for 120 episodes.
Yeah.
The amount of people that you have encountered within the different mindsets that you've encountered and sit here and had, you know, shoot the breeze, infrastructure, the minds, you know, that's been important
Right.
throughout this journey. You know,
Open up your third eye.
I try not to have a I try not to have a destination.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you, give you a little hack real quick.
What
just
you got?
to open your third eye.
Water hack.
Yeah. Get a water bottle, right?
Focusing
fill
on.
it up like halfway.
Oh, and stargaze through it.
Put it in the middle of your head, right? And then imagine that water is falling into your third eye.
Right.
Imagine the water just
It's
coming
dripping in.
Yeah, it's dripping in.
Yeah. You're getting the downloads.
Yeah. So basically, you just concentration.
Right. Yeah. I got you.
What is the third eye?
Your pineal
That's
gland.
what open your third eye. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Have you heard of the pineal gland?
No.
Let's see. Let's pull it up.
Never heard of it.
Let's
Your
pull it up.
existence.
Third eye is awakening.
Awakening. I believe
It's
that.
part of your awakening. Yes.
Okay. So the awakening.
Pineal gland.
Part of it. But
Let's see here. Let's
a
get.
lot of it is clogged up because of some of the things we consume.
Correct.
Let's get the wiki.
Plumbing.
It's a lot of things.
Yes.
Toothpaste.
Fluoride.
It's a lot of
Yes,
things.
it's a lot of things that's
Clogging it
clogged
up.
up.
Right.
It's a lot of
Right.
things.
A lot of things clogging it up. You're absolutely correct.
Okay. Here we go.
It comes
Great
down
point.
to the detergent too.
Oh yeah. I'm sure it's every fucking thing we do.
Man.
Anything we touch. Here we go. The pineal gland is a small endocrine gland in the brain of most vertebrates. It produces melatonin, a serotonin-derived hormone which modulates sleep patterns following the diurnal cycles. The shape of the gland resembles a pine cone, which gives it its name. The pineal gland is located in the epithalamus, near the center of the brain, between the two hemispheres, tucked in a groove where the two halves of the thalamus join. It is one of the neuroendocrine secretory circumventricular organs in which capillaries are mostly permeable to solutes in the blood. So, that's the doctor version. The pineal gland is your third eye. That's what everybody talks about, the third eye, where that's your gland that has the crystals in it. That's your antenna. That's your receiver.
As BDot says, man.
That's your
It's
receiver.
your awakening.
So that's why
the best. That's the best adjective that you could to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
part of the awakening. Man.
it's your awakening. You gotta tap into it.
Yeah.
You
Yes,
gotta
sir.
try to unclog.
Tune in.
You need Drano.
Yep. You gotta drain this. You gotta drain the swamp of your brain. Drain the swamp in your brain.
Right.
Oh man, you say you need drain.
You need Drano.
Not literally, folks.
No,
No.
Please don't drink that.
Yeah, cause some folks will go out there and buy some drain out.
It's not bleach.
Oh yeah. Oh Lord.
It's not bleach.
All right.
Don't do it.
Literally.
Not literally. No, please don't do it.
Damn.
Remember, we're talking spiritually. Spiritually.
Third eye.
Yes, sir.
Don't drink the water.
Yeah. Shit.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah. So basically, we've said it before, where we're like, think about if Superman was born, right? Where he was born, but instead of him learning that he had superpowers, what if he was given nothing but kryptonite his whole life? He wouldn't even never know he was more than just regular human.
I love that.
You know what I mean?
I love that. I love that analogy.
Right. So that's who we are.
I love that.
We've been given
that's why I love the
kryptonite our whole
analogy.
lives. What happens when we detox our bodies? That's what they're scared of. That's who they're scared of. We are the ones.
Who's scared?
Whoever was doing this to us, whoever created this system and is doing this shit to us, they're scared of us right now because they're realizing we are detoxing, we are waking up, we are becoming who we're supposed to be. We're you know what I mean? And so that's why this is getting the way it's getting.
How do we become who we supposed to be though?
We got to keep.
With the kryptonite upon us.
We got to detoxify. We got to.
How do you detoxify with something that's overwhelmingly hurting you?
Right. That's exactly.
How do you detox from that?
That's the fight. That's part of the fight.
You could cut it off
Cut it off.
Whoa.
Okay, it's on. It's on.
Whoa!
both.
No, I'm just kidding.
Right. Exactly.
slowly.
Whoa. Something
No.
happened.
No, he's talking about
cold turkey.
He's talking about cutting, cutting things
come
out of your
on.
life. Start
Yeah.
cutting things out of your life is what he was trying to say.
Okay.
So right. So like you might go, hey, smoking, right? Maybe I just got to cut that out of my life. That's you. Maybe you pick something else. It's up to you.
Right.
But you just say, this is one thing that I'm going to cut out of my life to start pulling that out of my life. Detoxifying that out.
Detoxifying.
You know, or like I said, I'm going to stop eating.
Another great word.
I'm going to stop.
Should be bomb.
I'm going to, he said bomb should be dropping.
Bomb droppers.
Detoxify your life, right.
Right. I like that.
So, right. And then, so like I said, a lot of other times, spiritually, same thing. You got to detoxify your brain of a lot of different things too. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you have any porn addictions, you probably got to start fucking figuring that out. You know what I mean? Start weaning that down or get rid of it or whatever you got to do. Yeah. You know, if you have any, you know what I mean? Different things. Like, it's these different things that are just going to be overwhelming to you to take your focus off. You know, the comforts. Sometimes they're comforts. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, some people are like, I just like to eat a lot of ice cream. Well, you're going to have to cut that ice cream back. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to have to cut it back or just cut it out, depending on how far you want to go with it. But you see what I'm saying? You start making moves in your life that start to chop things out that you no longer serve you. They're no longer doing any good for you. They're just pleasures you're enjoying. Why, you know what I mean? They're just luxuries. Right. You're like, I can do without that. I just like it, you know, or whatever. You see what I'm saying? Start chopping things out. You're just used to doing shit. Right. So you're like, those are things you can start chopping out and start figuring out, you know what I mean, and going from there. So yeah. In all aspects of your life. Whatever it is, like I said, spiritually, physically, mentally, you know what I mean? Emotionally, whatever it is. Starts just going,
all the different senses.
Yeah, I'm not dealing with that no more. This is my new life. This is who I'm going to be. This is my world. This is my structure. This is my discipline. This is this is what I'm going to focus on. These are the goals I'm going to have. The more, if we get more in tune with ourselves like that, the less we're going to be worried about the rest of this bullshit that's happening around us, you know?
Bomb droppers.
Got it on that one.
Basically,
yes, sir, you did.
Basically, focus on yourself.
Like we've been saying.
Like we always been saying.
Like we do about this time.
You gotta work on yourself.
Yeah.
Then you gotta go to elevate your life. That site.
Boom.
Right?
Yeah.
Great job. Supplements.
Supplements?
To take care of that.
Oh, I got
Elevate Your Life?
ElevateYourLife.site.
What's
it's our new website. It's on the screen. You can't see it yet.
Elevate Your Life. What's that all about?
Yeah.
We're BDot wanted to create it along with the show to start to promote supplements and getting your body together and figuring out how to reverse what you were saying earlier. How do we get the toxins out? How do we detoxify? He's going to start putting some regimes together, start putting some supplements up and things that we can go get so that we can start to do that, which I finally got some shit. I bought oil of oregano and I bought black seed oil, both in tablets. I just haven't started taking it yet, but I got them both in tablets. I got them from a vendor, from a dude down in Waldorf.
Okay.
So, yeah.
What are they supposed to do?
So, he's got to hear your song. After the show, we'll play your song. Your song for him. You might not have heard your song too. So, basically, we'll finish off with this. We're getting ready to wrap this thing up, anyways. So to continue the conversation with this is that black seed oil and oil of oregano. The guy said if you get those two in combination, those are from natural herbs, herbs of the earth. I'm not sure how they created all this stuff or anything like that. I haven't done all that deep research, but this is capsule form. So they take the oils and put them into capsule form so that you can take them, and then I guess it's like a capsule release, because you can also do it with drips. You can also do it with other stuff like that. So these are capsule form. But black seed, liquid. Yeah, and you might know
I got the liquid.
BDot knows a little bit more than I do, but I'm learning. That's why I said I'm starting my journey. But the black seed oil, right? I know that's just good for overall health in general. You know what I mean? But it's good. You got to look it up. It's got so much. I mean, you know,
that detox.
That's a good detox
for
one,
real.
right?
Yeah,
black seed oil.
That detox your body for real. Like
it'll start pulling out the junk.
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
And see.
And it's the natural stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is good for you.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Mentally, physically,
yes.
emotionally.
Yes, sir.
Correct.
Intellectually, it's good for you.
It's the next wave.
Because when you're doing something good for your mind, it reflects all over the rest of your body.
Right.
It reflects.
Bomb droppers.
There is no table of contents to life. Everything we talked about is life.
Right.
And you can find it in all different varieties of what we talked about. We didn't have a title. We talked.
Mm-hmm.
120. 120, folks.
Yeah.
120.
120.
You know what I mean? 120.
Shout out to the people, man. Shout out to the people.
Yeah, thanks for sticking around.
Real, man.
It's been a pleasure, man. I greatly appreciate
Shout out to the
being
people.
able to marinate with you guys again.
Mm.
You know,
Appreciate you.
you guys are awesome, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Appreciate you all the time. Miss you.
Miss you too, man.
Looking good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Looking good.
All love,
Feeling
man.
good.
All love.
You know what I
All
mean?
love.
Smelling good.
All love.
Drinking good.
Yeah.
Smoking good.
Yeah.
Boom.
Doing good.
Yeah. Bomb droppers.
That's how it is, man. That's how.
Yeah.
All right.
That's it.
Excuse me. All right. Let's get out of here. Awkward Intelligence. I'm Intox along with
BDot, baby.
and our guest today, Coach Q.
Peace, my friends.
Catch y'all on the next one. Awkward Intelligence.
Just smoking vibe.
This is Awkward Intelligence.
Just smoking vibe.
Awkward Intelligence.